The key thing to understand here is we're talking about a vertical shift. If instead the plus 2 were in parentheses, that would be a horizontal shift in the opposite direction you would think. For example, normally you would associate a plus with to the right because on a number line, the positives are to the right, the negatives are to the left. However, when it's a horizontal shift, it's the opposite direction. So a plus 2 shifts 2 to the left, a negative 2 would have shifted 2 to the right. However, when it's outside of the function, so f of x plus 2, not in the parentheses, it's what you would think it is, but in the vertical direction. Something I like to use as an analogy is imagine, are you allowed to bounce a ball up and down in the house or outside the house? Outside the house is fine. So here's the house, the parentheses. That plus 2 is outside of it. So that's a vertical or up and down kind of motion, like where you're allowed to bounce the ball outside the house. So a plus 2 is going to shift everything up 2. So it might be difficult to observe which of these is doing that exactly. So there's two ways you could do it. I would identify a really clear point like the y-intercept is 0, 1. If I shift it up 2, it would be at 0, 3. Well, it looks like in option A it's at 0, 4. In option B it's at 0, 3. So I can eliminate A. B looks good. Option C, it's like not even 0, 1. It's below that. It's a fraction. In option D, it's at 0, 4. And they totally reflected it. Doesn't make sense. So we were able to narrow it down to option B. Now, another way you could have done it, this value at the end is the horizontal asymptote. So in the original function, it was y equals 0, which is basically the x-axis. By putting a plus 2, it shifted it up 2, so now the new horizontal asymptote is y equals 2. Either way, we get B.